Good afternoon, happy stampers. How is everybody? Welcome. My name is Judi Anderson, and I'm from the United States in the Chicagoland area. And I'd like to welcome my Facebook viewers and my YouTube viewers. So, welcome to today's live. Now, today's live is a makeup for last Tuesday's. I want to apologize again that I couldn't come on. I was supposed to come on Tuesday, rescheduled it for, I'm just making sure I'm live. Um, oops, we are going to get feedback from that. Sorry about that. Um, had to reschedule for Wednesday, had major computer issues on Wednesday, so we decided that since Diane doesn't do anything on Fridays, I would come on 1 o'clock on Friday. She said that probably would be best for her. Hey, Chris, how are you? So I am bringing you guys my project from Tuesday today. So I appreciate your understanding that sometimes we can't come on when we expect to come on. I did have something come up, and Diane couldn't cover for me on Tuesday, which is okay. And best laid plans, don't always work out. So welcome again, and don't forget to give thumbs up, hearts, and shares. We truly do appreciate that, and that is the kindest thing that you can do for us is sharing that because that shows you that you have faith in what we do and what we bring you each week. So, waves of the ocean. Oh my gosh. I'm going to tell you guys, I have been sitting on this collection for a month because as demonstrators, we get to get pre purchase products a month ahead of time so that we can play and work with it and start promoting the products. But this Waves of the Ocean, I'm going to tell you, at first I thought, okay, it's beautiful. I love the papers. I don't know about the dies and the stamps so much. I'm just being honest with you. But oh my gosh, I can't keep my hands off of this. I have gotten a whole stack of cards that I have already made with this collection. I have just been having so much fun. I made these cards to send them out to my customers this month as they place online orders. So, and some of them are just happy mail to say hello. So, I also participated in a swap, and the card that I'm bringing you today was inspired by a swap card. Um, I didn't see a name in the card, so I can't give you the person credit. But, anyways, it's her idea. I switched it up a little bit to make it my own, and I hope you guys enjoy it today. So, let's get started, everybody. Flipping you around. Just adjust you just a little bit. Okay, we're cockeyed. So we are going to move this so that it is straight to the camera. So the collection includes the Waves of Inspiration stamp set. This is a stamp of 7 stamps. It has 4 verses, 3 coordinating images. And I am going to tell you, this pelican image is my favorite. It is so much fun to play with. Oh my gosh. And the wave, oh, you guys can get so many different looks with just this wave. It's unbelievable. We played with it in club this month, and they are loving it. I'm using it for my 3 for 15 also. And then the dies. Oh my gosh, you guys, these dies, the wave dies, 2 wave dies. They are different. They lay on top of one another. You can cut your pelican out. You can get seagulls. Now, those seagulls are larger than this seagull here. I love this little guy, though. He's just so much fun to stamp with and just have them going all over. I do want to pull this out. Oops. So, besides the label, then we have these little swirly things. Now, these little pieces you can put on the bottom of the clouds to give them 3D dimension. You can put them on the waves, depending on how you stamp it, to be foam in the water. I have been having a lot of fun with this also. We also said the other day, we were just chatting and stuff, fire, doing it in yellows and reds and oranges and using it for fire in like a camp, like a, um, yeah, we were camping out and you make a fire in a fire pit and having the flames come up. So that is an idea for you guys. And then it's got a larger label also. So much fun. I'm really excited about this, and I hope you guys can tell how excited I am about this. Then we have the Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. They go from Night of Navy through Coastal Cabana. We even have some Granny Apple Green, some more green, some Bashful Blue, and Misty Moonlight. So just your different blues. And it's hard to find good blue rhinestones. So if you're one that loves blue, that is a must. I almost dumped my water bottle. Then we have our foil sheets. And the foil sheets come in 3 colors. They come in Night of Navy, the silver, and then this, which is a cross between Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay. It's not quite as light as Coastal Cabana, but it's not quite as deep as Bermuda Bay. So I am loving that. And this silver, you guys, it is, there's my other blue, navy. It is shiny, but not as, to me, it's not as shiny as this. It's not as reflective as this. It's got like a little bit of a brush feel to it, but it's a true light silver. So unlike the pack that it was in the, or that's in the mini catalog, you don't get the 2 darker silvers. So those are the lighter silver. And then the beautiful paper. Okay, this is the Waves of the Ocean paper, designer series paper. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm hoping I have all the different ones right here. I'm going to pull them out. I did not cut them up this time. And I know usually I cut these into 2 by 2 squares like Diane does. But as you can see, the 12 by 12 page is so, okay, let me see. Jackie is trying to find your live, both on Facebook and YouTube, but can't find you. Oh, Chris, I can't do anything about that now because I'm on my laptop and on my computer. So I'm sorry. I don't know if you can help her or not. But I did post the video that Stampin' Up! Put out on how they made this paper, how they poured the paints, and then they kind of took a spatula and went across it and splattered water in it and different things to get these effects. But isn't this beautiful? I mean, I have been watching artists, do paints like this on canvases for, probably about 6 months on between YouTube, mostly, and some on TikTok. I love this Granny Apple Green in there. You know, right here, this part here looks like a turtle shell to me, a tortoise shell. And look at this. Think of sky also, because somebody asked me, why do they have the yellows in there? Think of sky, you guys. Think of beaches. Also, gorgeous. And I am going to try another technique with this paper that I just did with the celebration paper. And I want to see how it comes out. This one, doesn't it look like the rippling of waves coming up on shore? Oh my gosh. So this one here reminds me of the water coming into the beach. This would be the beach. So I think for scrapbooking, project making, and card making. Now we also using the rectangle stitch dies today, the stitched framelits dies today, and I've already cut it out. And or did I cut it out? Ooh, I thought I cut it out. I haven't cut it out yet. I want to show you how to cut it out. That's why. So I didn't use 2 sizes right next to each other because I want to form a frame. So we have a bunch of pieces here. My base piece is 5.5 by 8, and I have scored it at 1 inch, 2 inches and 5 inches. And this is Pacific Point. Okay, so once again, it's 5.5 by 8 inches. So I cut a 1/2 inch off. I scored it at 1, 2, and 5. Okay, then I have another piece of Pacific Point that measures 3 by 8.5. I scored this one at 4 1/4. Okay, then I have some pieces here. I've got one piece that was 2 by 12. And what I did is I already cut it up already. So I cut a long strip of 2 by 12, and it was this piece here, and this is the back. So it was 2 by 12 inches, and these all butted up. I'm not going to get it right now, but these all came off the same piece. Oh, probably this goes down here. No. Oh, well, I can't. Well, that one goes there. So this one goes here. Almost. Maybe this was cut off of here. I don't know. Anyways, it came off of a 2 by 12 strip, okay? Then I cut one piece that was 2 inches by 3.5. So off the 2 inches, I cut 3.5 inches. Then I cut, oh no, wait a minute, oh my gosh, I mixed my pieces up. I should never have done that. Let me measure this one. This is 2 by 3.5. So I have 2 by 3.5. Then I had one that was 3 inches. And is this 3 inches? 1, 2, 3 inches by 1 1/8 inches. Then I have one that measures 5 inches by 3/4. And out of that 2 by 12 inch strip, I have this left over, and we can use that for another part. I also need a piece of basic white, and I haven't cut it yet. It's going to measure, so this is 3 inches, so it's going to measure 2 3/4 by 5.5. So let me get my paper trimmer right now. Cut 5.5 by 2 3/4. And I think that will do. I want it 5 1/4. I want to reveal around the edge. Okay, then I went ahead and I already die cut the pelican out. Then we're going to take a piece of, I need to keep these pieces separate. I'm going to take a piece of, I don't know what color I want to quite use here. I think I am going to use, let's see, if so saffron. I am so sorry. I thought I had this all together. I thought I made a decision. I don't know if I want that. Yes, I do. So we're going to use some So Saffron. And so what we're going to do with our So Saffron is we are going to line it up with our dies. So we are going to put this one on. And then we are going to line this one up. And we want an even space all the way around, because what I'm doing is I am making a frame. And I'm going to cut both these at one time. You wouldn't necessarily have to, but I do like cutting mine out at one time. So I'm grabbing a couple of Post-it notes, and we are just going to hold that right like that. And I am just going to put those on a couple spots, because you don't want those to move. I don't have the tape like Diane does, but that's okay. We are going to do the same thing with our Post-it notes. Just put that across there. I'm going to rip this one up a little bit and just put that there. So we don't want that to move. Okay, so now we're going to use our mini machine. And I know that when I would normally tell you not to run these straight through, because of the your dies will warp. But let me I'm just going to trim this off I don't need that long, and I don't need this that long. So we're going to pull out our mini machine. And right now, you guys, going on to the end of the month, our mini Stamp It Up mini cut and emboss machine is 20% off. It is a great bargain. So in the United States, it's $48, and I'm not sure in Canada. So you're going to notice that this is at a slight angle. It's not going straight through. I never run my straight through. And then I'm stepping up, what I mean by that is my plates aren't in a straight line. That way they gradually go through the machine, and you don't have that all of a sudden that bulk of all of these. Oh dear, I can see my die moved, but I'm hoping that it didn't move enough that it didn't cut. Let's hope and pray that we're okay. Oh, I just made it. Oh my gosh. Well, one thing went right for me this week, right? So we're going to take that off, and then we're left with this small square that we might use, and then this frame. So let's get putting together. Now you may have noticed in here I have this die cut piece of basic white, and what I use that for is on my Stamparatus, which I thought I brought over here. I panicked before I came on because we used all of this in my club this week, and I couldn't find my dies anywhere. It's like, where are those dies? They stuck to the magnets on the back of my Stamparatus. That's why I knew I had it here. So what we're going to do with our Stamparatus is we're going to take this out. We are going to take our stamp, and I am going to be stamping this in. I want to stamp it in, soft suede. Had to decide. And I'm going to put it out towards the middle a little bit. It doesn't matter where I put it. I always want to make sure I have something underneath that plate when I ink it up. And I'm just going to push this down. Now that shows me where my pelican is. Now I can take just a little bit of tape, my Stampin' Seal, right like that. And now I am going to line it up to that image, leaving a reveal around it that's even around the entire thing. Okay. And once you get that lined up, like that, press it down, and then we're going to take the piece that we cut out. Now the reason you may ask, why do you cut that out ahead of time? Well, because I can cut a bunch of these at one time. I just put a smidgen of tape on there to hold it because you can't use your magnet. And that's going to hold it in there. And so it's a paper saver, and in class it saves time. I'm going to take that and just put that down. I'm going to use my dry erase eraser to press that, and voila, we have that stamped. Okay, so now I am going to take something that you may not think of, but I am going to use my Naturals blends, and I'm going to do some coloring on here. I'm going to color the beak of this guy, this pelican. And this is kind of a pinky peachy color. Then I am going to take the number, I don't have my chart here. I believe it was 5. 5 is lighter, and then 8. I want to take the number 8, and I'm going to go along the base here. And then I am taking the number 5, So these were just released last month and they are still available. But as you can see, you can use them to color things besides your faces and that in a, okay, I'm just coloring very lightly there. I'm going to take my color lifter and I want to lift some of that color. I don't want him quite so browny looking all over. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit darker color and I'm going to take number, I'm hoping number 6. Ooh, I don't have one. Oh, this is the bronze. 1, 2, 3. I am missing one of my, I'm missing my number 4. So let's go to 3. It's not real dark. And we're going to color in with the brush tip our posts. Okay, and I'm just coloring in, just scribbling in there. Not really being careful. Now I'm going to go over with the number 9. Because remember, when you layer these on top of one another, you get different colors. And I'm leaving the outside darker and the middle a little bit lighter. Okay, so we've got that colored. Thinking he needs to be just a little bit more brown. Oh, I have mixed up something here. Let's go with the number 6. I can always color over the top of them with another one, but I think I like that. So we're going to leave them. Okay, now we have got some white around the edges. So with that, you have a choice. You can color around those. You could sponge around them. I'm going to leave it. It doesn't bother me. But we're going to set that to the side. We're going to get all our pieces now. And the first thing we're going to do is we want to put this behind here. Now this is where I said I could use even Night of Navy. And I think I am going to grab a piece of Night of Navy and put another layer on here. I just feel that it needs it. So if we measure that die piece, oh my gosh, I had this all planned out and now I'm changing it. Sorry, but I just think we need a little bit of that black effect. So we are going to cut it 2 3/4. And this is just going to be a very, very fine line around it. You're not going to see much. About right there. I'm not even measuring. I am just cutting. I kind of go with the flow and then I measure later to tell you guys how I do it. So I'm going to put some adhesive onto this piece here. And weren't Diane's 3x3 cards just beautiful the other day? I love doing 3x3 card sets as gifts. I thought that was perfect. So I am doing this because I want it to look like the sky. But before I put it on there, I am going to do a little bit of blending on this. I am going to grab my blues and I am going to grab my, ooh, I was going to grab Pacific Point blue, and I am going to brush some color onto this paper. Now I've done this and demonstrated this before, and I just want a little hint of blue. You have to be careful sometimes that the blue will turn up green on yellows. So I go lightly at first. Okay, so I have that. Let's get our wave out. Now this wave is a big hunker of a stamp, but I'm not going to stamp the whole image, so I can use a smaller block. And I am actually only using this bottom portion here. And let's take our Night of Navy. And I am just going to ink up this portion of the stamp. I don't need the whole stamp. I'm stamping it upside down because I want to make water on the bottom here. Just like that. Okay, and see, by going and using your blending brush, you're kind of creating a little bit of blue sky in the background. And I didn't use the navy because that would come up too dark and blend in too much with my wave. Okay, now I should have my silicone mat, which I don't have right here. I'm going to use this. I'm going to put this right on here. Like, oops, didn't go all the way on. This just barely makes it underneath that frame. I cut it a little bit too small. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my tape, put tape all over, because now we're going to tape it onto that piece of Night of Navy. I could have done a white. Let's put that on the Night of Navy, knowing that it's going to be just a small reveal all the way around, like that. Okay, so now we're going to start putting the rest of our card together. We've got this. We need to fold these accordion style. So I folded down, up, down. Okay, take your bone folder and secure those. Before we go any further, we are going to take our long strip here and we're going to put it along the bottom. And you could go and use different pieces. So you could cut these pieces from scraps also if you wanted. I just thought, why not take a 2-inch piece and see if I can cut my pieces from it and go from there. So that's what I did. These 2 pieces I'm going to put in this middle section all the way to the outside, lining them up in between the 2 score lines. Okay, and I'm looking at my coloring. I want the dark blue towards the bottom on both sides because this simulates the sea or the ocean. Okay, now you have this piece. You're going to fold and score that. And we are going to attach that to the center. And we are going to be attaching it to the bottom 1 inch here and the back here. But now you're going to notice that that piece, remember, we cut a 1/2 inch off this. So the 2 pieces are a little bit off. And that's okay. It's supposed to be just a little bit off. It doesn't fold flat that way, but it will fold flat this way. So if you feel more confident, what you want to do is put your adhesive here. Figure out, it should fit right between these 2 pieces of designer series paper. Go all the way down to the bottom, right there, and press. Flip it over. Oh, I just got ink on this. Can't believe I did that. Then we're going to put adhesive on this side. And you want a strong adhesive. You could use your tear and tape. You could use your glue, but know that it's going to take a minute. Fold this flat, and just rub that together. And then we have this step card. So this is going to stand like this. Okay? So I don't know if that is ink, and if that is ink, we are just going to stamp some birds on here. Told you I love this stamp. So got a little bit of ink there. So we're going to go ahead and stamp a pelican or a bird, whatever kind of bird you want it. And it's not going to stamp completely on, but let's stamp a couple of them around the edges. Like that. Okay. Let's move that. I have got blue ink all over me. This is going to be put right onto here. Okay, so let's go ahead, and it's got to go this way. Remember, this is the sky or the sea, so we want, or the ocean, so we want that at the bottom. This is catching. There we go. So we want to put that on there flat. And look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do this over. How many of you are laughing with me? But Judi, you put those on the wrong end. I am going to cover those up. I'm going to fix it. Don't worry. You know, this is my life this week. What can I say? Good morning, Diane. Oh, so, oh my gosh. Oh, what can I say? I was conversing with Diane earlier this week, and I told her that pretty much my life sucked this week. Um, I was so happy to see my club girls. I really needed them the other day, um, and stuff. I didn't have anything else going on this week because of the beginning of the week or beginning of the month, starting in the middle of the week this month. But, I thought today it was getting better, but I guess not. We're going to put this guy right up here. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that. Oh my gosh. So, oh gosh, what am I going to do? Help me, Diane. Okay, so I was going to put a verse down here, but he may be switching this up a little bit. I think I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to be putting some things here. So we have the Pebble enamel shapes. Right now, these are out of stock. They are due to come in, I think, the 14th of the month. But I'm going to use them just because I have some opportunities on my card to take care of. So we are going to put a couple pebbles, down here. And just like that, my bird disappeared. We're going to put a verse over on this one over here. I may tie a bow. I may tie something over there. Let's see what I can do. Oh my gosh. So it is me today that's having not a meltdown, but a frustration. I can find everything. It's just I don't. Yeah, I'm just going to do a bow over there and hide it. We get a little bit longer. I've got all these scraps of twine. So it is quite wrinkly, but that's okay. We will get it, right? Oh dear. So yeah, so hopefully by next week I'll be a little bit better. Still have some stuff going on, but oh dear. Let's see. Okay, maybe I shouldn't tie a bow today. Let's try to get this. Oh, it's just been, it's bad. It's bad when you have one day like that, but when you have a whole week that is just like kind of crazy, it just, I go with the flow, but let's pull that one down, pull these a little bit tighter. I need this one a little bit bigger. I don't want this bow too big. So let's pull at these. There we go. Let's pull at these, and hopefully these will be smaller. Get them like this. Just tug on them a little bit and see how wrinkly they were to begin with, and they're not very wrinkly right now. So let's see. This is going to be a surprise for you and me. Let's see if this is going to do the trick of hiding that bird. I don't care if we see a little bit of blue behind it. That doesn't bother me at all. But look at that. I don't know if it really goes, but it's good enough for me. So I was going to put a happy birthday on here, and I was going to use this label. I think I may still use. Okay, we can cross it that way and hide those birds. So we're still going to do that. We're going to do, I was going to do it across the bottom a little bit farther, so it didn't take up all the imagery, but it's okay. We just go with the flow, right? So I know that many of you have told me that you can't wait for this, for you to get your own paper. I'm going to do this in the Night of Navy. I don't know why I'm getting this Night of Navy all over. But believe me, once you get this, try it here, okay? Once you get your products, you guys are going to be playing with this. Right, Diane? There we go. Phew! Okay, so opportunities. Mini dimensionals. Here we go. I'm going to place one right there. I'm going to place one right here because that's where I want it to go. And I may be gluing the rest on. I have it go over to there like that. And then let's grab, I'm going to grab maybe some matte dots to put on there. You know if we want the matte dots or do we want something? I'm looking here. I don't think the rhinestones will fit now that I put this on. I think it's more rustic looking. So we're just going to use these matte dots and we're going to use 2 black ones. One there and one there. Just to finish it off. Okay, we still have one more piece to put on though, and that is this piece here, so that when we open this up, this is a really fun step card to make and quick and easy. Okay, I'm going to get my pelican image off my thing, and we're going to stamp one on the inside, and we are just going to stamp him, I think, in navy, and just let him, or maybe just go ahead and use, oh, I have a mess here. It's surprising I can find anything. Okay, we're going to put another one of these pelicans on the inside. I love this pelican. I am not going to color him though on the inside. Okay, phew, got through that today. Barely, but that is the card. And see how the yellows and the peaches look there. Thanks, Chris. You like that fix, huh? Flip you guys around. Oh my gosh. Was that something, huh? That's all I can say. I'm trying to see. Make a new frame and lay over it. Yeah, you know, I could do that too, but it came out okay. Don't you guys think? Came out okay and so fun. Thanks, Diane. And yes, this suite is amazing, you guys. Don't hold off buying it. And don't forget that mini machine is on sale for 20% off. And that is a great thing, even if you have the big cut and emboss or the other one that we used to carry. I'm going to tell you, this thing, I am always reaching for it and using it. So until next week, you guys, happy stamping.